I told you I'm here to get it, cause baby I'm in my prime. So if you want it, come with it, nobody dimming my shine. Been a long time, homie, since I first got down. Still on top of my game, forever play to the crowd. When I'm in front of a mic and I'm in the spotlight, the gridiron, man, we taking y'all on a flight. Always coming for the hardcore, this is what I work for. Got a feeling for some more, they yelling encore. Verbally, I'm bringing heat to the streets. The flames spitter, my squad, nothing but winners, and you'll never see a quitter. Cause adversity is part of the plan. Just as sure as you go, always bob your head to the jam. So turn your volume up, you can see me up on your screen. Kicking knowledge like you need it, y'all some football fiends. Bringing heat at 100, we the realest around. Welcome to the gridiron, baby, it's going down now. Like the music buzzing in amps. When I hit the end zone, fans are rocking the stands. Cause I'm an already known until the breaking the dawn. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the film. It's the battle hymn, homie, gonna bang in your ear. And when they hear it, they gon' know the Kings is here. Already known until the breaking the dawn. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the film. I'm here to get mine, never gonna dwell on the past. Always moving forward, I won't take my foot off the gas. And I'm ready for the battle and whatever may come. I fight from up in the saddle, go and beat that war drum. If you want some, get some. Wicked about to get dumb. Got the crowd getting loud, everybody head sprung. Hitting hard and coming stronger like a buck from a cage. Like Micah, I'm a lion busting out of my cage. Cause y'all ain't holding me now, I'll break your bury you down. Go and check your books, cause there ain't no play to be found. They can counter what I'm bringing, you ain't figure me out. Hitting suckers from their gut to their chest and their mouth. And now we steady climbing up to the top. You trying to get on our level, they watch your ass get dropped. Yo, it's your boy on the track, the OG double G. I'm rolling with the heavy hitter, yeah, that's Jersey the King. Let's get it.
What up? We got a lot to talk about today, y'all. It's going down. I promise you. So y'all just sit back, relax. It's the gridiron, baby. Let's get welcome to the Gridiron Live on Fuel Sports Network. I am your host, Kevin Jersey, the King Wumble, and today I have my boy Anthony Mazzoni on with me today. Gabe is not feeling well. He is down actually with COVID, so please keep Gabe and your players for a speedy recovery, and hopefully he'll be back soon, permitting his work schedule as well. So bring him on in. Welcome in, Anthony, to the show. How you doing today, brother? What's going on, man? How we feeling today, brother? It's a great Saturday.
Yeah, kind of nice where I'm at.
You doing good from the fires that were going on out there in California?
Oh yeah, well, I'm not really too close to those, but they are becoming more contained. So it has been a lot less evacuations. So that's kind of nice.
Definitely. I was definitely keeping you in my prayers, brother. You already know. But it's a happy Saturday. Are you ready to talk some football?
I'm always ready to talk football.
Let's go, guys. We got some UFL news, IFL news as well. We have some NFL news because there has been some news in the NFL this week. We had a game this week as well in the preseason, the Hall of Fame game. So we'll be talking about that as well. And of course, we got fan mail. So you already know. And if you'd like to, what's going on, Hit? Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. You already know what to do. Go ahead and follow the show's socials right there. On X is at the Gridiron. On Facebook it's at the Gridiron Show. Subscribe at YouTube at the Gridiron. On IG it's at the Gridiron Show. Just one show. On TikTok it's at the Gridiron. It's at the Gridiron Show. And on Spotify it's the Gridiron. Man, definitely, yo, follow on Spotify, y'all. I need some more Spotify. I got like 10 followers on Spotify with the Gridiron. We need some more followers so everybody can see, because we do video on Spotify. We don't just do the audio. So you can actually watch this show on Spotify. You can rewatch the episode all week long once it's uploaded. So check out Spotify as well, man. Go drop a follow. Subscribe on YouTube, because we're only at 23 subscribers on YouTube. And make sure you go and follow as well the namesake, the mainstay, Fuel Sports Network. You got to, man. You definitely got to. Make sure you follow Fuel Sports Network as well at all of the following social media handles. At Fuel Sports Network on YouTube, you can subscribe there. At Fuel Sports Network on Facebook. At Fuel Sports Net, all lowercase, on X. And at Fuel Sports Network on IG. You dig? So it's going down today, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to unpack. My boy Hit in the building, sending that fan mail. I appreciate you, definitely. And anybody who wants to send in their fan mail questions, you can do so right here. As always, send them in, even if they're off topic. You know, it could be football questions or it can be off topic questions, man. So definitely go to the Gridiron Podcast at gmail.com and send in your fan mail questions for sure. Now, AM to the PM. My guy, Anthony, we have some recent UFL to NFL signings that we're going to talk about and dive into a little bit. You see, I'm getting my Pat McAfee on now. You see, I'm starting to do my shows standing up. It feels good. I'm free. I can move around. I can talk. I can move my hands. I can do everything now. You know what I mean? So it's fun. I like this setup. You like how I'm doing this?
It's different.
It's different. I'm getting my Pat McAfee on. You know, he likes to stand and do his show. He rarely ever sits down. Rarely ever.
Yeah, well, he also does wrestling where he sits down a lot too. So
true.
The standing up makes sense. But yeah, no, it's different. But
I sit down a lot playing video games.
Just you saying that. So
there you go. No, but we got some recent NFL signings from UFL teams. And before we get to the whole fully updated list, check this out. First two players on this list are going to the Browns and Lions. Jacob Burton, Michigan Panthers. He's staying in Michigan, going to the Detroit Lions, all-lineman. And Zach Johnson, another all-lineman, going from Birmingham to Cleveland. What are your thoughts on these moves by the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions?
Depth on an already good offensive lines, like solid depth. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I think both interior men. I don't see Burton really starting on either tackle, but yeah, I like it.
I think he's a good camp body, and if he does well, Burton, and I'm speaking on Jacob Burton, I think he's a good camp body right now, but if he does well and he develops quickly in this training camp, he could be a good backup. Same for Zach Johnson. You know what I mean? At the guard position, Zach Johnson actually has a better chance with that Cleveland line than Jacob Burton with that Detroit line. Now we got defensive end Levi Bell, big name in the UFL this past season. Defensive end for the Michigan Panthers, gets signed to the Indianapolis Colts. And Josiah Brunson, defensive tackle for the Memphis Showboats, is getting signed to the New England Patriots. Now, I like these two moves personally because I think Levi Bell did a heck of a job last season with the Michigan Panthers on that D line. He was a force.
Now,
he was really disruptive.
Indy's got pretty good pass rush, but I feel like if he does well in camp and then has a solid preseason, he could definitely come in on a rotational basis.
Definitely for depth. Yep.
But Bronson, the Patriots need defensive line help. That kid, he's more than likely going to be on the roster, I think, for the 53-man team. Be one of the starters by the end of it, depending on how well his camp goes. That was actually a good pickup by you.
Definitely, I agree. I 100% agree. I think Josiah Brunson has a good chance of making that 53-man roster. And depending on, like I said, again, with Levi, even the Levi Bell situation, with Josiah Brunson's case, if he develops quickly and does a good job in training camp and the preseason, I think he may be able to not only make that 53-man roster, but either be a backup or a starter, possibly, at defensive tackle for the New England Patriots, because like you said, they do need defensive line help bad, especially at the defensive tackle position. That nose guard,
they don't have
for them.
Run on last year, so
right.
That was actually a good pickup.
Definitely. Then we got some more offensive players. Jordan Thomas, tight end for and he's actually a backup tight end for the the Birmingham Stallions, gets picked up by the Falcons. And Samson Nacua, that's right, Puka Nacua's younger brother or older brother. I don't know which one. I think it's an older brother, possibly. But he gets picked up by the New Orleans Saints from the Michigan Panthers. I like both of these moves.
Well, yeah, Jordan Thomas is going to give them another vertical threat tight end. And then New Orleans loves receiver, so Nacua makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and definitely. And having him in there with his brother in the league, with his brothers is a good look, in my opinion. So definitely, those are two good pickups, in my opinion, as well. I think all these pickups so far have been good for each team. Definitely. Would you agree? Now,
I mean, the Jets make sense.
Both of these players go to the Jets.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes sense for the Jets because outside of Wilson, who else do they have? Outside.
So both of these players have a chance of making a 53-man roster as well. And it'll be interesting to see if Isaiah Winstead and both Brandon Smith can do that. What's going on, Chris? How you doing today, brother? Welcome into the show. Thank you for watching on social media. And if you are, you can check us out on FuelSportsNetwork.com, as well as Fuel Sports Network on your Roku and Amazon TV and devices. That's Roku TV, Amazon TV, Roku Stick, and Amazon Fire Stick. You dig? Now, again, we both agree that these are two good pickups for the Jets at the wide receiver position. They do need depth. They do need help. And I think that those two players will fit in. Now, Dallas has done a similar thing, picking up Kelvin Harmon and Deontay Burnett.
Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And CD's not in camp. And even if he comes back, even if he's on the roster, I think your next best players are tight end as far as targets go. So, yeah, makes sense to make more sense. Kelvin Harmon's not bad.
We have CD, we have Brandon Cook still, and we have that rookie that I was talking to you about, Jalen Tolbert, who played very, very well last season and developed very, very well last season. And I think he's going to be in that starting three with CD, Brandon Cooks, and him. Now, as far as the 4 and 5 receiver goes, we definitely need depth. We need some bodies, and I think these two have a chance to make a name and make a mark. You see, Dallas likes to bring in these UFL guys. You see what we did bringing in Brandon Aubrey, and now he's got his own nickname, Brandon Automatic Aubrey. You know what I mean? He's set a record with the amount of kicks he's put up and made in his first season. So, you know, in the NFL. So, and then keep Cavante Turpin as well, another USFL guy. So spring football guy just in general. And now we picked up a couple USFL guys if you want to be 100. So I think these are two good moves. And then lastly, AJ Thomas, safety for the Birmingham Stallions, going to the New England Patriots. How do you feel about this?
Again, New England needs help on the defensive side. I mean, they have Jabril Peppers, but having a second safety to pair with him is not a bad idea. So, again, what New England picked up was nice. Dallas picking up those two receivers, I feel like is an insurance policy for if CD doesn't come back right away because of the contract situation. So it's not bad out of depth. So far those were actually really good signs by the teams that did sign them. It makes sense.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Now here is a updated look of majority of the names, not every single one of them, but majority of the names of players that have been signed. Now, if you guys see, Dallas, the Jets, the Falcons, the Seahawks, and now New England have signed the most UFL players. The most. So let's see if these players. Oh, in Atlanta. I'm sorry. Dallas, Atlanta, the Jets, Seattle, and now New England have signed the most UFL players.
And Atlanta went after both sides of the line.
Yep, it went on O-line, majority O-line and D-line. Definitely, you're right. So I think this is good for the league. I think this is going to be a nice move for a lot of these teams, depending on how these players develop in training camp and how well they do in preseason. So we'll definitely see. You know what I mean? We're going to jump into a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to get into some IFL news because the playoffs are here, man. And we got some things to talk about. So let's get it. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Again, you can follow us on fuelsportsnetwork.com. Check out the website, see what we got going on the website, and watch the show live on the website as well. You can check us out on all Fuel Sports Network social media platforms that we stream to, X, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can also check us out on Fuel Sports Network, the app on Roku and Amazon TV and devices. And we'll be right back after these messages, y'all. Welcome back to the Gridiron right here live on Fuel Sports Network. I am one of your co-hosts, Kevin JTK Wumble. And to my left today, filling in for our brother Gabe, who is out with COVID, my man, the one and only, our football analyst here, soon to be with Fuel, hopefully, my man Anthony Mazzoni. And bro, I got you in the spring football before we get into the IFL, because that's still spring football. But I got you in the spring football recently by just talking your head off about it and saying, hey, check out these games, right? And now you've gotten a chance to start seeing what spring football is and what it's doing for the growth of football is in general. How excited are you now for these leagues? These leagues and the growth of these leagues moving forward into the future. And now, how much more of a fan will you become of these leagues, and will you eventually get a team?
I don't know about the team thing. We'll see about that. I do like to watch it. I do enjoy it because I get to see some of these players I wanted to see in the NFL. Just not good there. Just not there yet. So it's nice to see some of the names. It's not like the XFL in the early 2000s. That if anybody remembers that, that was a Vince McMahon parody dumpster fire. This is a lot.
But he bounced back.
He did.
He bounced back in 2020.
The 2020 season, had COVID not happened, they would have had a second season. He actually learned from his mistakes through and realized that he needs to actually treat this like a football league and not like a wrestling promotion.
Exactly. And then he brought in the right team. Oliver Luck was a great addition, as well as the rest of that team that he had. Like you said, COVID killed him.
Vince definitely learned from his mistakes the first time through. Again, if COVID hadn't happened, they would have gotten a second season. He would have had to sell to The Rock and his partners. Yeah, I do like what they're doing with the UFL XFL merger, and so I do like what they're doing there. I do like the people they have in charge. I think The Rock should kind of be a little bit more in it next year as more of a face. It would probably bring them a lot more viewership, just for viewership, just mostly TV time thing. That's all I'm saying.
We can't just, I hate the let's ball out, baby. I hate that. I hate that. It's terrible. We need something different.
I'm just saying it more for to bring more casual people to the league. He should just be more TV. Not really in it as behind, but just up front as a fan.
And he should change the slogan to that "Let's ball out" to "We are united," or you know what I mean? Like that would be so fresh.
The team needs to come up with something better, but that's
definitely.
Yeah.
What do you guys think in the chat? Should he stop that "Let's ball out, baby" crap and say something like "We are," the United Football League, "We are united," like something like that after their commercials and stuff? Let us know.
Yeah, I understand that the annoyance there. Trust me, I do. But I'm just saying, as a casual fan, if he was just on the face of it a little bit more throughout the league or throughout the year, it would bring more people in.
Definitely.
Because who they have behind the scenes doing everything like that is perfect. What they're doing behind it, getting more people involved or working towards an expansion, but noticing they don't have to do it this year to try and get more people in. I think that's it. If they can upgrade their TV views by bringing in more casual fans, and the way you do that is you get the biggest recognizable face, marketing. And who's the biggest face of their whole thing? The biggest recognized name, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And Daryl Moose Johnson.
He is, Johnston. But that's
my bad.
Johnston. That's yes. And any casual football fan knows who he is.
That's the thing.
I would hope so.
That's the ticket.
I would hope
put
so.
them together. But here's the problem. Have you seen? And I asked this the other day on the A Train show. Have you seen The Rock and Daryl Johnson really ever shake hands, dap it up, hug it, give it a little side hug type of deal? What's going on, brother? And have you really ever seen that? We've never seen it.
It's an ego thing between the two of them.
So I think if they unite and start to promote the league together as the face of, you know what I mean, as far as the promotion. But like one thing I do like about the IFL now, at the beginning of every game, they have a video that plays that they had made with a rapper named Dino. And this song is so dope. The beat is dope. The lyrics are dope. Just in general, the whole song is dope. And it gets you hyped up for the game. Like, there'll be so many people watching the IFL games. I promise you. And if they were able to spread their games out more and not have to play them at the same time, you know what I mean? If the
Right.
games weren't on at the same time in different cities and stuff, and they were able to broadcast their games on network television, man, they would get so many more viewers and be able to, like, if they were to really spread their games out between Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Oh, bro, their viewership would be so high, and that song and that video just gives you hype before the game. So when the game comes on, you as a fan, you're like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, you're hyped, like you're ready. You're like, okay, let's go. It's game time, and it's exciting, man. And I think the UFL should adapt something to that nature to where fans get excited before the game. That bougie video they got right now, that don't get people excited for the game. It's now the Fox presentation is awesome. It's amazing, but I feel that some type of production like that at the beginning of each game will get people hype. And you got to imagine the casual fan that turns to that game and sees a music video like that or something like that playing, and they're like, okay, okay, and then they see in the players in the clips getting hit. You know what I mean? Making spectacular catches, juke moves, the whole nine. It's like watching a Madden game when it's first coming on. You know what I mean? Watching the intro video to Madden, something like that. But it's the actual players of these UFL teams. You know what I mean? And the
Like,
casual fan will scroll past that on the television and be like, "Whoa, what was that? That dude just got popped." You know what I'm saying? They'll go back and they'll see it and they'll be like, "Oh, the UFL. Okay, let me check this out. I've been hearing about this. A lot of players been getting signed. Yada 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 yada." And then boom, there goes the casual fan. Now they are interested in the league. Then they get their friends like, yo, I was just watching this UFL game the other day, man. Check this out. And then they go and pull up the little music video promotion before every game. They're like, yo, look at this. This is what they doing in the UFL. It's an outdoor spring league. It's a pro league, but it's an outdoor spring league. Boom, now you got more people watching. And then if you do the local marketing right, if one of those people happen to be in a city where there's a team, then they're going to go and check that team out. Like, oh, the prices on the tickets ain't bad. I'm going to check the team out live in person. Boom. Now you start getting, and then they start seeing promotional marketing promos and stuff being made and put out in their local area for their team, meet and greets being done, the whole nine. Local ownership has to come to the UFL for it to really be able to explode.
well, well, yeah, because they're all in the hub city right now.
Mm-hmm. You get those players living in the city that they play for living in the city that the team where the team that they play for, and the coaches living there, and they're able to have events and stuff like that and interact. Like that's what's good about the IFL. They have local ownership, so these these players live in the city that their team is located. They can
Right.
go in and get involved with the crowds that are coming to the games, the fans. They can interact with the fans directly, way easier. They can set up something just like that and be able to interact with the fans. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, people got to understand when local ownership hits in the UFL has a chance to really blow up and be sustainable. And we see eventually a 16 team league and then eventually a 24 to 32 team league. Telling you. Your thoughts?
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, everything you said is on point. I mean, it would draw a casual fan in with at least something. Now it's keeping them and seeing if you can keep the retention. Hopefully, they don't catch a bad game because That even happens in the NFL.
Like, even if they have a promotional picture
They just
of
Daryl
Daryl Johnston and The Rock doing one of that pose where they grip hands, and it's just like we're united, like brothers. You know what I mean? And it's just a side view. That would be so hard with a dope abstract background.
They just need those two to come together long enough to put their egos aside for a photo shoot, just to do it, and just to sell it. That's all they have to do. He's
and
good
sell
at
it throughout the entire season.
Yeah,
It don't
I
matter.
mean,
It's business. Let go of
it's
the
business.
personal. Leave it at the door when you come to the office. Leave it
the
at
thing
the
with
door.
this is their investment. In order to see a return on it, they're gonna have to set their egos aside. One of them is, at least, and just get this done. Like, I mean, doing what you said too, though, and actually having like each station's gonna have their own promotion anyways. Like CBS is gonna have their own thing, like Fox is gonna have their own thing. Same thing with ESPN, because no matter what, they're gonna want to do their own thing with it. But they at least have some sort of like consistent thing as an intro or even an outro.
Right.
Would bring people into it. Because even if you catch the end of the game, you catch the outro of the game. Same thing.
Yeah.
Lights.
Definitely.
They could
Same
even.
thing.
Yeah.
You can have it played at both times. You know what I mean? Play it at the beginning of the game, play it at the end of the game once the presentation is at its end. So
Yeah.
that way people are like, yeah, this is hard. I like this. I like this league. It's exciting.
Especially if you like ESPN, where people are catching, like, they're waiting for SportsCenter or something after the game.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Keep them interested.
Keep them interested.
You know what I mean? And then it boom automatically goes to SportsCenter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it ends the song, and they're bobbing their head, maybe even dancing a little bit, and then SportsCenter comes on, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my bad. Back to reality." you know what I mean? Look, y'all. I know. We said we're gonna get into the IFL, and we are, but we're gonna take another quick commercial break, and when we come back, we are definitely gonna get into the IFL because it's conference championship weekend. So we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
If you aren't perfect, if you've ever struggled, if you've ever failed, if you want to get better, be better, and make our world better, this is the perfect brand for you. True Victory. Founded by U.S. military veterans, True Victory is a sportswear and streetwear brand dedicated to building everyday champions on and off the field. We're a cause. Our purpose is to transform lives and elevate humanity through the power and unity of sports, positive stories, and serving others. We're dedicated to the game, the grind, and the globe. But most importantly, we're dedicated to you. That's what it means to be always true.
Earn live right here on Fuel Sports Network. And as always, you can catch us on fuelsportsnetwork.com. You can actually watch all the live shows that play live on Fuel Sports Network, as well as the replays that play on Fuel Sports Network right there on fuelsportsnetwork.com. So go and check out the website. Go and check out all the articles from our writers. Go and check out the audio shows from our audio podcast hosts as well. We have a lot of interesting stuff on fuelsportsnetwork.com. So make sure you go and check it out. Download us on on Roku and Amazon. Just search Fuel Sports Network at the App Store, and you can find us on Roku Stick, Amazon Fire Stick, Roku TV, and Amazon TV as well. And like I said, got my boy Anthony Mazzoni in the building today with me, filling in for Gabe. Again, you guys keep Gabe in your prayers. He came down with COVID, and we're hoping for a speedy recovery and a full recovery as well. But I'm sad. You want to know why I'm sad? Because my team. Wait, I'm not even going to say none yet. Hold on. Before we get into it, the IFL commissioner issued an apology. If you try to watch the IFL games on Stadium last week, if you try to watch the playoff games on Stadium last week and had issues and you weren't able to, they recognized those issues, and the IFL commissioner issued an apology to the IFL fans and to the sponsors and teams, and especially the Stadium Network itself. Despite an unbelievable weekend of playoff football, we failed to produce the standard of production that has helped make our league a growing success. We take full responsibility for the streams that the IFL produce, which they do. I give them mad credit for that. And we will work through the week to address our problems in preparation for a must-see conference championship weekend. Thank you for your continued support as we continue our march towards crowning the 2024 IFL National Champion, Commissioner Todd Tyron. And I can say for myself, for my own eyes, I seen it last night. They did fix the streaming issues. I was able to watch the Eastern Conference Championship game on Stadium on Tubi TV Live. So the Stadium Network, it's available on Tubi TV Live. So I watched the game on there, and it was actually on. So I got to see the outcome of the game. This is what the conference championship weekend looked like. And you see it's the Arizona Rattlers instead of the Vegas Nighthawks. Because talked about this last night on the Jersey King show. My Nighthawks lost by 1 point. We had a chance to host a playoff game, then host a conference championship game, and then host the national championship game. And we couldn't do it. We couldn't finish. Goomba, why? And why? It just shows that our team is young and still learning from, young mistakes. And we just got to learn how to finish. We just got to learn how to close out games and finish strong and, put points in between us and our opponent. That's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, got to be a high-flying defense that gets all over the ball. I mean, you got to look. Our quarterback had a record-breaking season. A man had over 80 touchdowns between rushing and passing in one season in the IFL in an indoor football league. That's not an easy feat, and he did that. So you got to give him credit for that. On top of that, our rookie defensive backs, James Caesar, our hometown player Malik Houseman, as well as Bryce Hampton. Like, the boys went crazy getting interceptions. But again, Northern Arizona made it. Or excuse me, Arizona. I'm sorry, the Arizona Rattlers made it. And with the upset, the San Diego Strike Force beat the defending IFL national champion Bay Area Panthers in an upset to make it to the Western Conference Championship game, y'all. And it was a crazy game. Like, it was back and forth for a while, and then San Diego just literally pulled away a little bit at the end and pulled away enough to get the upset and shock the IFL world, man. Oh, it was an amazing game. And then the Frisco Fighters and the Massachusetts Pirates. That game was crazy. Massachusetts literally was dominating the game. Literally. It was crazy. When I say it was crazy, like Massachusetts was dominating the game from start basically to finish. And it was a shock to see because, like I said, we had high hopes for Frisco to go in there with TJ Edwards as starting quarterback, you know what I mean, and do his thing to try and get back to the IFL championship, which they lost to the Bay Area Panthers last season. But it was a shock to see Massachusetts come in there and get the W and kick them out of the playoffs. Did you get a chance to watch any of these games last week?
I did not. I actually I don't have Stadium on my TV, so
watch them on YouTube. All you gotta do is go to the Indoor Football League YouTube channel, subscribe, and they have every game live, every game. So you can always go back and watch them on replay. Just so you know, future references.
Always learning something.
There you go.
But the fact that your team couldn't close out after a historical season is heartbreaking.
Yes. Our rookies led the league in interceptions, man. Rookie cornerbacks and a linebacker, Bryce Hampton, he's a cornerback. My bad. Rookie cornerbacks, Bryce Hampton and James Caesar led the league in interceptions. Like, our defense was what? Wait, what? It's a two-headed monster, right?
It'd be that sometimes. So, and then that was just to dominate the way they did. That's pretty insane. So,
but we knew it was going to be a back and forth game, and I thought it was going to be a closer game with that San Diego Strike Force Bay Area Panthers game. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
that was a shock. That was a shock to see them pull away, and like I said, pull away enough. It wasn't super big, but it was enough for them to get the W and move on to the conference championship, which is going to be off the chain because Arizona is trying to make some noise and win another IFL championship.
They have a real chance to do it too. So
they do. That RPO is tough. I ain't even gonna lie. That RPO is tough. They have a really good RPO system over there, and their quarterback is good at running and operating it. So, got to give them credit, man. Got to give them credit. They handle business. And then Massachusetts handling business. And then, speaking of Massachusetts, right? I told you guys I was able to watch the Eastern Conference Championship game last night on Stadium on Tubi TV. Look what they did. Look what they did. They went into Green Bay and melted the Blizzard. Melted them. I mean, from start to finish, y'all. From start to finish, it was all Massachusetts Pirates. All Mass. Look at that score. Oh, my goodness. Can we say domination? Can we say domination? Green Bay was the best team in the entire IFL. The best team. First team to clinch a playoff berth. First team to clinch home field advantage.
And they got smacked.
And they went into the first round, steamrolled the Steamwheelers, froze their whole train on the tracks, but then got their whole Blizzard melted by the Pirates. They came on them boats with cannons and was like, "Boo-boo, fire in the hole, Boy, 51-28. Massachusetts went off, y'all. Every time you look, they were scoring. Green Bay was only able to put up 28 points. And as I keep stating every single week since we've been talking about the IFL from the very beginning when we started talking about the IFL, I told you guys the IFL is a high-scoring league. It's a 50-yard field, so it's easy to score fast if you execute the right way. Whoa, dog's going crazy. He said, I don't want to hear none of that.
Charlie!
He said, the dog said, Jersey, you're a lie. It ain't easy to score. Green Bay couldn't do it. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate the input, pup. That's what I'm talking about. Doggy power. Doggy power. Doggy power. But listen, y'all. Massachusetts dominated the game. Definitely dominated the game. And when I say it was pure domination, I watched the game. And I can tell you from what I've seen, Massachusetts is going into this national championship game with a mission on their mind. And that's to win. That's to shock everybody and win this game. Period, point blank. When I tell you this, I'm telling you this for real. No joke. These guys are ready to win this game. And the way they played these last two games against Frisco and Green Bay, oh, they're not playing around. They're ready to go. So your Massachusetts Pirates are crowned the IFL Eastern Conference champions. The Western Conference championship game is today. You can see that here at 9:05 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10:05 Eastern, 7:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is what your current bracket looks like. Aside from the Pirates moving on, we have the Pirates moving on, and now we have the Arizona Rattlers and the Strike Force. And I'm sorry, the game is actually Monday, not today. It is Monday, August 5th at 9:05 p.m. And I will get you guys all the latest news on the IFL championship game next week. Again, go to your team's website to get your team code to get discounted tickets for the national championship game if you are going to be in the Las Vegas area and attending the game at Lee's Family Forum. Now, we're gonna skip the last commercial break, y'all. But we got some NFL training camp news, and we went a little over, but it's all right. My bad, y'all. That's my bad. But we went a little over. But look, we got some NFL training camp news. Goomba, guess who's out? Whew! Reported by Adam Schefter, courtesy of Adam Schefter on X via ESPN.com. Sources say Titans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is out with a knee injury, 4 to 6 weeks. Man, that's a hurter.
Well,
that is a hurt piece for them.
I wonder if he was involved in that training camp scuffle.
I think it was during a drill or running plays. Details haven't fully been given out.
If it's a non-contact, it's worse.
That won't be good.
Yeah, because it's a non-contact. That's a soft tissue injury, which makes it he'll be out even more than 6 weeks.
Right.
Well, I mean,
That's a hurt piece, man.
their offense is already going to be limited with no Derrick Henry and either Will Levis or Mason Rudolph. So this is going to set them back.
I got faith in Will Levis. Will Levis played really well last season. He did.
Yeah,
I got faith in him, and they did pick up a running back. I just forgot who. So,
they have a
happens.
full running game, but it's not the same as having Derrick Henry.
Oh, of course not. But they're changing up their offense as well, so it's going to be a different offense that we're going to see from them, anyways.
We'll see.
San Diego Charger fans, I said San Diego. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's going to set their passing game back a little bit in Tennessee. This Herbert injury, though,
Now this Charger fans, we'll just say Charger fans. I know you guys don't like to be called the LA Chargers. I know. But Charger fans, Herbert has a foot injury. He has a what is that? A plantar ficus, I think it's called. And according to Adam Schefter, that injury could linger throughout the season. So he's expected to be back by week 1, but it could end up lingering throughout the season if it is not treated right. So they're going to have to slowly work him back into full time and full contact. So we may not see him at the beginning of the season, y'all, at all. So that's not a good look.
Well, Harbaugh's offense is mostly predicated on running the ball, so it's not like they would ask him to do a lot early anyways.
Right. So we might see rookie starter. Just saying. We might see a rookie starter. Big news. Look, Anthony's like, rookie starter? I don't know. Maybe a veteran.
No, not with Harbaugh. Like,
Not
no.
with Harvey. No. Reported by Adam Schefter, breaking news the other day. Buccaneers and 3-time Pro Bowler offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs reached agreement on a 5-year, $140.63 million contract extension that now makes him the highest paid offensive lineman in NFL history. Wirfs was in his final year of his contract, scheduled to pay him $18.24 million this year. He is now contractually tied to Tampa through 2029. So the Bucs stopped it there and said, "Hey, Tristan, you ain't going nowhere. Here's your bag. We need you. 3-time Pro Bowler, we need you. We need you to be out there helping Baker, who also got a contract extension. So I think that was a good move for them. I mean, it was worth the money. It had to be, or else they wouldn't have paid it. Do you agree?
No, I 100% agree. I mean, he's been one of the best offensive tackles in the league the last, 5-6 years. I mean,
Definitely. 3-time Pro Bowler.
I mean, somebody's going to reset the market on tackle money anyways, right? Might as well be him.
Right. Might as well be him. Exactly. My Cowboys are signing former Colts free agent defensive end Al-Quadin Muhammad to a 1-year deal. With Sam Williams going down for the season in training camp, we definitely needed a body in there. So this is going to have to suffice. Hopefully he can make some moves for us and definitely do it big for us. Also, the Hall of Fame game was actually terminated in the third quarter due to weather. A storm just came out of nowhere, and the final score was 21-17. The Bears ended up beating the Texans 21-17. CJ Stroud didn't play. A lot of the starters didn't play, but the backups looked really good. I can't even lie. Davis Mills looked good. Rickman from Colorado or Chicago looked really good. Like, he looked good. Definitely. So I seen some really good football from them too in that game. And heck, they had Rippon still in the game to almost the end of the third quarter. Well, until the game was terminated. Like that's how well he was playing. He was playing really good for Chicago. They didn't even have to, they weren't even worried about putting in Caleb. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I think that they're going to sit Caleb Williams all preseason.
oh yeah, definitely. I think
I
so.
don't think he's going to see the snap in the preseason. So,
hey guys, guess what time it is?
Mail time.
Yeah. Y'all already know. Hit. Bringing in the questions. He says, what is the career lifespan? That's supposed to be life. My bad. Lice. What's the career lifespan of most players just from the sport? Because I know many factors come into play, as far as outside of the field, off the field, on the field. But as far as playing the sport of football, what is the average career lifespan of most players? That's an interesting question because Goomba, you and I both know it depends on position.
yeah.
Running back
Position.
lifespan. Most running backs lifespan is what, 5 to 6, maybe 4 to 5, maybe 4 to 6 years.
I think it's like 3 to 4 years average is most running back.
3 to 4 years at their prime, and then
Pretty
you'll
much.
get some of those running backs who can last maybe 2 or 3 more years after their prime before they really retire or start to dwindle and become a backup and just a veteran face on the roster.
With running backs nowadays, it's probably longer, but because they don't get as many times, because it's a shared backfield for the most part in college and in the NFL, even high school now. So,
which is good. Saves on the wear and tear.
Saves on the wear and tear. Quarterback forever because of the rules, because of how they set it up. I mean, Tom Brady played for 20+ years.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like defensive linemen, it depends on how well they take care of the body. Same thing with defensive linemen. Tight end, that's another position where you kind of get rocked a lot with like safety and linebacker. So it's how well you take care of your body, but I'd probably say tight ends are like 6 to 7 years on average, unless you got like durable ones. Other than that, for the most part, a lot of them are probably not staying healthy that long.
Right. No, you're right. You're definitely right. Yeah, it definitely depends on position, and how well these players take care of their body and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, that's
some careers end because they can't stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? That doesn't have nothing to do with injury. It could just because they can't stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? And no league wants to deal with a troublemaker. So it really depends on position. Next question, off-topic question. It says, being on a platform as you are now, do you believe other similar platforms should follow suit as far as rules and regulations go? And I didn't mean to type rules twice. I was rushing. In my opinion, yeah. I feel there should be structure because there's so much more you can do with these platforms now. Like, look what we've turned Fuel Sports Network into. We went from podcast shows to television shows. You could do the same thing with streaming. You can literally set up a television network and stream gaming and just have a bunch of different streamers go live at different times. Not forever, like, do 1-2 hours and then the next person streams. You know what I mean? And if you're going to still continue to stream on your platform, fine. Just disconnect from, the network's platform type of deal. That's all it takes. You know what I mean? But I think, there should be rules and regulations. There should be structure because it just makes everything work easier. And then if you have a team behind you, it makes things even better. You know what I mean? Because now everyone can have their collective minds to put together and come up with a great idea. You know what I mean? Or come up with certain things that will help benefit what you're doing on that platform.
No,
Your thoughts?
I mean, that's not bad. The things are a lot easier and more smooth when they're structured and not freely chaotic. Tends to work a lot better.
Definitely.
But definitely like streaming and stuff like that. That would actually that'd work really well. It doesn't matter what you're streaming. It could be like what we're doing with this gaming, off-brand B movies, whatever your niche is.
Yeah, if whatever your niche, like you said, whatever your niche is, just put a structure behind it, and there's so much success that can come with it for sure.
Yeah. Once you get the structure down, it's just gaining followers, and that's just taking time.
Yep, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's gonna do it for our. That's going to actually. Oh, before we wrap up the show, real quick, before I let you guys go, did y'all see this yesterday? A federal judge has overturned a jury's $4.7 billion verdict in the class action lawsuit filed by Sunday Ticket subscribers against the NFL and has granted judgment to the NFL. Wow. Wow. I'm kind of speechless on that. I'm not even going to lie. Kind of speechless on that. I don't even know what to say.
That the NFL just saved $4.7 billion.
Definitely. That's all I can say, really. You guys don't forget, send in your fan mail questions to the Gridiron Podcast at gmail.com. Also, follow Fuel Sports Network. Don't forget to use all of our codes that you see in the commercials. But follow Fuel Sports Network and use all those codes from our sponsors to save on your orders. Fuel Sports Network socials right here. Go ahead and follow them. Subscribe to YouTube. Follow on Facebook, X, and IG as well. You already know. Show your love to Gabe, man. Go and follow Gabe as well on the following, scrolling at the bottom. And make sure you send in your fan mail questions to him at Gridiron Nation Podcast at gmail.com. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the show today. Anthony, as always, man, thank you for jumping on and being with me today, man. I appreciate you like we always do, man. You already know, man. Love having you on. Hopefully one of these days we'll get you on Fuel with your own show. I'm telling you, this guy got some knowledge up there, y'all. And before we get out of here, let everybody know where they can find you, brother.
At the Goomba on YouTube, and then sorry, tired. It's been a long morning. And then the Stories to Tell After Midnight is the TikTok one if you want to check that out as well. Again, Jersey, I appreciate you having me on. Sorry about the chaos earlier. Dogs decided they wanted to go off. So,
oh no, you're fine. You're good. Everybody as well. Goomba has, or Anthony has, a merchandise store where you'll actually be able to get some Jersey the King merch and the Gridiron merch as well as from the Jersey the Kings or the Gridiron merch store. So you guys already know. Follow in the description on YouTube and hit the link for the merch store, and follow Anthony Mazzoni's, aka the Goomba, socials, so you can get more information on his merch store and what he's got going on in the streaming world. Again, I want to thank you, brother, for being on. As always, I appreciate you. Mad love. And thank you to the fans that support Fuel Sports Network. Go check out fuelsportsnetwork.com. Check out Fuel Sports Network and download the app on Roku and Amazon TV and devices. And we will see y'all next week right here on Fuel Sports Network. I'm your boy, Jersey the King, Kevin Wumble. He is the Goomba, Anthony Mazzoni, and we are out of here. Peace out, y'all. I love y'all so much. See y'all next week.